always like to cross-train my team, just because obviously we love growth in the company. And so obviously if my leasing specialist can do what my community manager can do, the assistant manager, then there's going to be room for growth. And I always just let them know. A lot of people are like, take it the bad way. Like, I don't want to do this because this is not within my role. And I always just tell them, like, you know, we love growth.
I'll find myself doing stuff that like maintenance guys do, or like Brett will do, our property manager will do. And it's not a matter of, well, that's not in my job description. Like, it's just like, no, I want to help these guys out. And I think understanding that there's not really, I would say, blurred lines between like role. It's not so much as that as it is just being ready to do anything. And it's not as much to me as a sacrifice as it is like, oh yeah, of course he would do it for me. Like,
it's a team sport.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and Lisa, I'd love for you to speak to this too. So as you like train and develop leaders within this, like, what would you talk to them about as far as just the importance of celebrating people and celebrating whether it's individuals, teams, whatever? What is kind of your thought process on that?
I think it's so important. I believe that if you don't motivate and you don't celebrate your team, they're not going to buy into you as a leader. I think it starts with us as leaders, right? It starts with us saying, hey, Casey, Melissa, you know, you did an amazing job today. Oh my gosh, I am rallying. You hit that. It's the small wins. I always say start with those small wins before you get to those big wins. Yeah. Because then they see that, oh, they're really behind me. They're really invested in me. They really love what I'm doing. And then you start seeing that growth. And in that encouragement, and you're inspiring them. And then what happens is, and internally you become their mentors. And then they see, like, I can do this. And and then you have those achieved goals that you guys are needing at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think that's interesting, because you bring up an interesting point when it comes to mentoring and being a leader on property. And I think a lot of times what is often forgotten is, yes, we want our leaders to be very knowledgeable. We want you to be knowledgeable. But if you are not that person's champion, they don't care.
They don't.
Right, they don't care.
I think that, you know, like if we have financial calls, or when you're looking over your financials, you're setting them in so that way they can see it. This is what I do. This is a part of the process, renewals, whatever it is. You know, same thing that, you know, I'm able to step up and I go out, you know, when people are at lunch or somebody's on a sick day, I'm leasing. I mean, you have to be able to put on different hats at all times, because you never know what's going on. You know, sometimes we're so busy that everybody's running every which direction. You know, so it's all three of us. We're a small office, so all three of us are out on property doing something, whether we're residents or new prospects, clients coming in. You know, you have to be able to maintain it all at once. You know, you can't we're juggling everything. We can't let the ball drop here. So, so you know, being able to say, you know, I'm not above that type of situation. You know, we've all done it, but everybody should be able to do it all as well. And giving them that avenue to be able to learn new things. You know, if they're wanting, especially to get into the, you know, move up. Okay, this is something that you're going to be coming across in your new role. So here, let me show you already, so that way you're familiar and you don't get overwhelmed the next time that you have to do it on your own.
Yeah. Very cool.
I think cross-training as well is important. Knowing your team and knowing what they can and cannot handle. First, they have to know their positions. Okay, they have got to know what their responsibilities are first and foremost, so they can and I can cross-train correctly and appropriately.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yes. So, and once you know, then I can start saying, hey, and you start kind of giving them more, and they're comfortable because they're not overwhelmed. And then it just starts, and then you just keep adding more.
I think that a happy employee equals a productive employee. And something that I have experienced personally with Madera is every single person that I work with, even new people, give me confidence when I'm doubting myself. All of my superiors, the supervisors I've had in the past, everybody. Katie, Monica, even when I'm nervous, she's like, girl, you got this, you know. It helps your confidence, you know, and Madera invests in their employees and they're willing to pay for trainings. I was recently certified. I am so grateful to Madera for that. And there's some companies.
Congratulations.
There's some companies that wouldn't invest in you like that. And then from there, you know, there's more designations that you can get, and they're willing to do that for you.
Yeah.
And for that, I love my company.
Para que sin importar la posición laboral, todos puedan enfrentar cualquiera de las tareas que aparezcan.
So it doesn't matter what position you are. If something happened, any of them could go ahead and assist that resident, or take care of that issue
Es muy
immediately.
importante que en un equipo de trabajo, aunque algún día falte uno o otro esté de vacaciones,
It's very important
por X
in a
razón,
team when one is away on vacation or is sick.
Los que estén en la propiedad sean capaces de enfrentar todas las vicisitudes diarias que
Who
aparecen.
is left behind on the property is well prepared just to, step into that role and continue the work like that person was never
Y eso es
there.
excelente porque hace que cada día se vayan capacitando y mejorando como trabajadores.
And that makes it very easy because every day they'll learn more and more, and they get to that knowledge that it doesn't matter whether you are a porter, a technician, a supervisor, you know how to fill that role.
Which I love that you're saying that, because it also creates opportunities for growth for our team and the opportunity for them to move into positions and move forward with their career.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the cool thing about cross training, whether it is when you guys are talking about maintenance, or whether even talking about various, whether it's leasing or assistant property management, and then moving on up in different areas like that. Knowing how the other jobs work only equips you to do more jobs. And it kind of creates career paths for people, which I think is a really neat part of the industry that you have.